Delegate LaRock.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to point out a few things that have struck me with this bill and ask the body to fully consider what this proposes. The bill creates a new category of employee called a domestic worker who is paid for the performance of services performed in or about the home. Domestic workers would include home companions, babysitters, things like a child care tutor, a home nurse, caretaker, health aides, personal care aides. This bill specifically makes anyone who hires just one person, even part-time for a few hours to help in their home, makes that person an employer who's now subject to the non-discrimination laws under the Virginia Human Rights Act. Now, in and of itself, some aspects of that I think may sound reasonable. But when you look a little further and you see that this opens up individuals to civil lawsuits under the Human Rights Act from the Attorney General, or applicants would choose to exercise the right to file a claim because they felt that they had been wronged. Madam Speaker, members of the body, this would make it unlawful for parents to prefer a woman or a man to take care of their young children as a babysitter, a nanny in the home, without them being there, since that would be considered sex discrimination. It would be unlawful for parents to hire a tutor, a babysitter, or a nanny for their children in the home based on whether that individual shared the same religious faith, since that would be religious discrimination. It would be unlawful for a disabled elderly woman, for example, seeking a woman over a man to take care of her, including helping her undress and bathe. It would be unlawful for an elderly person seeking an in-home caregiver or companion who shares their same religious faith. Madam Speaker, members of the body, I will share just my personal experience from the last month. On Christmas Day, my mom, 92 years old, had a stroke, and this past month has been very difficult. One learns how difficult it is for elderly people to make decisions, to have changes made in their life, involve changes where decisions are made in connection with their siblings, their offspring, their children. And if I were to tell my mother that the caregiver that we are offering to bring into her home to bathe her and to help her dress and undress, that we would not be able to choose a woman, I don't think she'd have a hard time believing me, but that's exactly what I would have to tell her if this bill passes. Madam Speaker, these kind of personal decisions were not meant to be made by government. They were meant to be made by individuals based on their personal experiences and their preferences, and I believe it is government overstepping the boundaries that were intended to have the proper boundaries. And so I hope the body will reconsider this bill and choose not to pass it forward. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The bill pass.
Never mind.
Madam Clerk. Yeah.
Delegate Ayala.
Aye.
Delegate Ayala votes aye. Delegate Bagby.
Aye.
Delegate Bagby votes aye. Delegate Brewer.
Nay.
Delegate Brewer votes nay. Delegate Torian.
Aye.
Delegate Torian votes aye.
The clerk will please close the roll.
Ayes 55, nays 44, abstentions 0.
Ayes 55, nays 44, abstentions 0. The bill passes.